पौराणिक कथाएं जिनमें बसा है हमारी सनातन संस्कृति का सार, दिव्य कथाओं के भक्ति रस का मूल आधार। आर्यवर्त, भारत का स्वाभिमान। सब्सक्राइब करें।
This human form of life should be properly utilized, not simply engaged in sense gratification like cats and dogs. That is not very responsible life. Responsible life is that I have got this improved form of life than the cats and dogs, and I have got more intelligence than the cats and dogs. If I simply utilize it for 4 bodily necessities of life, 4 bodily necessities of life means we require some eating. The cats, dogs, human being, or High Court judge or anyone, they require some eating. They require sleeping, apartment. So that is, cats and dogs can sleep without apartment. But the sleeping required. That is fact. Eating required. That is fact. And sex life. That is also fact. And defense. That is also fact. But these things are common to the cats and dogs and man, human being. So what is the special feature of the human being? The special feature of the human being is that a human being can consider that I have got this nice American or Australian or Indian body, then what I am going to get next? What kind of body? That is utilized for human intelligence. A cat and dog cannot think like that. Therefore our business should be, now by the nature's way, I have come to this form of life, by evolutionary process. Now I have got good intelligence, how I shall utilize it? You are cultivating knowledge. The ultimate goal of knowledge, Krishna says, is to know me. Vedaishcha sadvai ahameva vedam. The whole knowledge is meant for understanding God. That is the end of knowledge. By progressive knowledge, you can make progress, but unless you do not come to the point to understand what is God, then your knowledge is imperfect. That is called Vedanta. Hathata Brahma Jigyasa. This human form of life, nice facility, intelligence, just like Australia was undeveloped since the Europeans came here. It is now very developed, resourceful, because the intelligence has been utilized. Mayadhakshena prakriti swayate sacharasan. Nature is a machine. To do thing, a machine works without an operator. Do you think? Is there any evidence? Now this is a machine, photography. It's a wonderful machine. It is taking the picture and it will move. But there is an operator. Where is the machine which is working without operator? Can you give any example? Here is a machine which is working without operator. So how do you think that the nature machine is working without the supreme operator, God's instruction? How do you think it? This is not very reasonable. We have to judge. There are different evidences. One of the evidence is hypothesis. That hypothesis is that because we see that no machine works without operator, therefore we should conclude it, even though we do not know what is God, what is the nature, we must conclude it that this nature is working under some supreme operator, that is God. It is not necessary to see the operator, but we can guess that there must be operator. The human life is meant for finding out who is there to operate. That is human life. Otherwise it's cats and dogs life. They're eating, sleeping, mating and dancing, that's all. That is not human life. You must find out who is the operator. Athat Brahma Jigyasa, this is called in Sanskrit word. Now this human form of life is meant for inquiring about the supreme operator. Now that supreme operator, Krishna, is so kind. He is giving evidence in the Bhagavad Gita. Maya dhaksena prakriti syate sacharacharam. Now here I am, under my direction, the Prakriti, the nature, material nature is working. So you accept, then your business is done. And Krishna gave evidences how he is controlling the nature. When Krishna was 7 years old, he lifted one big mountain on his finger. That means our understanding is that there is law of gravitation. By law of gravitation, such a big mountain, it cannot stay in one man's finger. That is our calculation. But he did it. That means he counteracted the law of gravitation. And that is God. So, if you believe this, then you know God immediately. There is no difficulty. Just like if the child is warned, my dear child, do not touch fire, it will burn you. So if the child accepts, then he gets the perfect knowledge immediately. If the child does not accept, he wants to make experiment, then he will burn his finger. So our process of knowledge we should take from the Supreme Authority. Then we save time for research work. That is Krishna consciousness movement. We take perfect knowledge from Krishna. I may be imperfect, just like child is imperfect. I may be imperfect, you may be imperfect. But if you take the perfect knowledge from the Supreme Perfect, then your knowledge is perfect. That is the process. This is called avaroho pantha, knowledge coming, deductive knowledge. So everything is there, and if you like to take advantage of this movement, make your life perfect, go back to home, back to Godhead, then fully utilize the center, our Melbourne center, come here, read our books and argue, try to understand with your full knowledge, no blindly acceptance. There is reason, there is argument, there is philosophy, there is science, everything is there. And if you accept that simply by chanting I shall realize, that is also wrong. Both ways. If you accept this simple process, the chant Hare Krishna and realize God, that is also fact. And if you think what is this nonsense chanting Hare Krishna, then you read books. Both ways we are prepared. Come and take advantage of this moment.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He Govind, He Gopala, He Murari, 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 Murari. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Necessary pour la nourriture. Oui, for the food of man. To eat. To eat.
Man can eat grains, food grains, fruits, milk, sugar, wheat.
Pas de chair, pas de
No flesh.
no flesh.
No. Why? Just like the fruits. The fruits are meant for human being.
Yes.
The tiger does not come to eat your fruits.
Yes.
So tiger's food is another animal. Man's food is fruit,
Yes, sir.
food grains,
Yes.
milk products. If you can live just like generally, if I can live on fruits and grains and milk, why should I kill another animal?
Yes. Yes. Very.
Another thing is that how can you support that animal killing is not sin?
Yes. Sir.
Comment justifier que tuer les animaux n'est pas péché?
But if the killing of animal is to give food to children, men, women, oui, ont faim, qui ont faim.
Actually,
Hungry. We are hungry. It is legitimate. We have. It is difficult to admit that in India, comment dit-on, les vaches.
les cows.
Oui, cows. It is not permitted to kill a
Cow.
a cow to given to children who are hungry
Any other consideration? Cow's milk we drink.
Yes?
That was his mother. Is it not?
On boit le lait,
Oui, oui.
de vache, et donc elle est notre mère, n'est-ce pas?
Oui, yes, surely. But
According to
yes,
Vedic version,
yes.
we have got 7 mothers. Adu Mata Guru Patni Brahmani,
Yes.
the wife of the priest,
Essentiellement,
Du prêtre, oui.
Rajaputnika,
Yes.
the wife of king,
Yes. Femme du roi, oui,
the
oui.
queen. Oh. Adu Mata Guru Patni Brahmani Rajaputnika. Dhenu means cow.
Yes.
Dhenu Dhatri, Dhatri means nurse. Tatha Prithvi, Prithvi means earth. These are 7 mothers.
Yes.
So, cow is mother because we drink milk, cow's milk.
Yes.
How can I deny that she is not mother?
Yes.
So how we can support killing of mother?
Yes, it is a motive, but we see that
But cow killing is the greatest thing.
yes, we I know this. It is for us, a difficulty.
Because cow is mother.
Yes, it is that.
You take the milk from the mother.
Yes.
And when she is old, she cannot give you milk. Therefore she should be killed.
Yes.
Is that very good proposal?
Est-ce que c'est une bonne proposition que quand la vache devient trop vieille pour donner du lait, on la tue?
Oui.
He says yes, it is good for us.
If the men are hungry, it is the life of men is more important than the life of cow.
Therefore, because we are propagating this Krishna consciousness,
Yes.
we ask people to not to eat meat, any kind.
Yes.
But if under certain circumstances you are obliged to eat meat,
Yes.
eat the flesh of some lower animals.
Yes.
Don't kill cows. It is the greatest sin.
Yes.
And so long one will be sinful, he will not be able to understand
Yes.
what is God.
Yes.
But human beings, main business is to understand God
Yes.
and to love Him.
Yes.
But if he remains sinful, neither he can understand God
Yes.
and what is the question of loving Him.
Yes.
Therefore, at least from the human society,
Yes.
this cruel maintenance of slaughterhouses
Yes.
must be stopped.
Do you believe that Christ said that Krishna was his father?
The name may be different. It's like in our country we say this flower something, this is something. But subject matter must be the same. Name is not. You can say any different as you understand. The God is one. God cannot be two. You may give him different names. That is different. But God is one. God cannot be two. Everyone has got a certain type of desire. So according to his desire, the Lord appears to him, although such appearance, such form is not his original form. So the demigods are actually not the original form of the Lord, but they are presented to different persons according to their desires. So Dakha, he wants to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. He is not interested with the demigods. Purport. The impersonalists, they imagine the form of the Lord as different demigods. Just like the Mayavadis, they worship Panchopasana, 5 demigods. Actually, they do not believe in the form of the Lord, but for the facility of the worshipper, they think one may imagine some form. Generally, they imagine the form of Vishnu, the form of Shiva, the form of Ganesh, the form of Durga, and the form of sun god. Shiva, form of Ganesh, the form of the sun god. This is called Panchopasana. But Dukkha wanted to worship not that imaginary form, but the supreme form of the Lord, Krishna.
Karma hetu.
Karma hetu, if we engage in devotional service, we get a different nature. And if we engage in the business of sense gratification, the result is different. By hearing, by discussing Srimad Bhagavatam, this Rajagun Tamagun are subdued. Then Satagun remains. Nasta prayasa avadve nistam bhagavata. Then Satagun Tamagun cannot do us harm. Therefore, varnashram dharma is so essential that people remain in sorrow